Alright, so it says, Lamentation 4 and verse 10 again, it says, the hands of the pitiful women have saddened their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of daughter of my people, right? So that is pretty much self-explanatory, but it goes to show how deep and how profound this thing can become. Because when you consider the love of a mother for her children, right? How is it possible for her to look at her or consider her children to be food? Now that's very deep. That's very profound, right? So the man eating the lizard and the tree bark. That's light work, right? That's not hard to believe. After 3 days, this happened. That's something to remember. Think about this in an extensive situation, longer than 3 days, right? All right, I'm gonna jump to the next precept. Isaiah. Isaiah 9. Start at verse 19. It says, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as fuel to the fire. No man shall spare his brother. Right? No man shall spare his brother, right? It says, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. So think about that. You're so hungry to the point you start eating yourself. This is some crazy stuff. This is how deep it is, and this is the famine that is to come. This is what famines are like. Right? We get Second Kings, start chapter 6, and start at verse 25. And it reads, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. So because of the famine, they might eat horse head or donkey head, right? He said, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver, dove's dung, right? And then it says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we shall eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son. They cooking their son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. Right? And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall and the people looked, and behold, and he had sackcloth within upon his flesh, And so you can see that the situation had the king, right? But this is a situation, This is a situation. So just gonna get one more precept, and then that's it. Alright, so Revelation 18, let's start at verse 8. It says, there shall our plagues come in one day, death and mourning. This is a prophecy. Right, remember that I said these famines are to come. Right, so this is what famines are like, and a famine is to come. That's what I meant, right? It say, therefore shall our plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. Right, so therefore shall our plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. Right, this is talking about a country, right? And we all know who that country is by this, right? Based on the description, the characteristics given throughout the scripture, those characteristics through the process of elimination fits only one country right now, right? And that's a modern Babylon, right? The golden city, so to speak, right? So with that, I want to say, inshallah, hope this was edifying.